Good morning and welcome to the Elevate Renatus team call. This is your host, Keely Austin. Today is Fabulous Friday. It is November 27th. Very, very grateful to be here with you today. Our quote of the day is start each day with a positive thought and a grateful heart. If you haven't already, make sure that you mark your calendar for our Renatus National Conference. Our national conference is 3 days of training. That's going to be in March 2021, March 18th through the 20th. We're going to be meeting online for our national conference next year, and I am looking forward to it. We also have our dates for our leaders retreat. We're going to be going to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico in August 13th through the 17th, 2021. Every Monday, we have our Renatus Founders Live. It's on Facebook. There's a Facebook page dedicated to that. So it's the Renatus Founders Live Facebook page. And every Monday at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, you don't want to miss the Founders Live webinar with our CEO, Bob Snyder. He goes over many important announcements, anything new that we need to know, keeping us updated on the latest information with the company. We also get to see some awesome recognition, see how well people are doing in their businesses, and also a great training. So make sure that you're tuning in every Monday. Every week and every day, Monday through Friday, we've got so much support. So just a quick list of what we've got going on every day and every week. Every Thursday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, we have our weekly private capital masterclass. Again, that's Thursdays at 6 p.m. Mountain Time with Dane Clark. Make sure you're watching your classes and bringing questions to the masterclass. Every day after our morning marketing call, we have our dream call, the Daily Real Estate Action Mastermind, where we talk all about real estate. That's at 9 a.m. till about 9:45, Monday through Friday. And today, of course, we're doing our Fabulous Friday with Lily Portas from 8 to 9. And then last but not least, we have our Zoom up call, which is based around students' success stories. And so every day we've got a different student sharing what's working for them in the business and sharing their success with our guests. It's just a quick 15-minute call Monday through Friday at noon. OES.com has a short video that explains what the optional event subscription is and why it's important to be a part of that. This week, we toured Wanda Carrasquillo's Flip. It was an awesome tour. Wanda flew all the way from Puerto Rico to work on this deal. I think that's the most time that she's going to be putting towards the deal is the flight itself. She's using leverage to get the project paid for, as well as, of course, using leverage to have it worked on as well. She purchased it for around 190. Rehab is around 40,000. ARV is 325. So she's looking at a potential net profit of $56,000. So congratulations, Wanda. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. We had our events shifted up a little bit this week due to Thanksgiving, but everything will be back to normal next week. So I'll make sure to get these slides updated. Every Tuesday, we've got our profits intro at 12:30. And on Wednesdays, we have our house tour. Thursdays, we have our Super Bowl of events, as Michael likes to call it, our Spanish house tour, Pillars of Wealth intro presentation, follow-up and funding, and all of our study groups. For our recordings, you can find them in two places. We've got our Renatus Team Elevate private Facebook page. There's all kinds of great content on there. You can find recordings from old past Super Saturday meetings we've done. And then these morning recordings can be found there as well. Also, lots of important announcements, so make sure you're a part of that private Facebook page. And then we also have our YouTube channel where you can find both these recordings as well as the Zoom up calls, the ones that I just mentioned that are 15-minute stories. So today we get to learn from Lily Puertas. Lily has an amazing story. She was actually working for Rich Dad, Poor Dad for quite a while as a Spanish coach for Latin countries before she found Renatus. And in 2006, she became a real estate agent helping hundreds and hundreds of families. Lily is from Peru and has been in Salt Lake City, Utah since 1996. Her dreams of financial freedom have haunted her for years, and thanks to Renatus, she has finally achieved that financial freedom that she's always desired. All of her basic needs are completely covered by her rental real estate. And now what she's focused on is creating passive income to cover her luxuries. I'm very excited for what Lily has to share with us today. Good morning, Lily. How are you? I don't know if Lily is with us this morning. I don't see her on our list so far. Wanda, do you have any idea if Lily's back with us today?
I'm not sure. Um, it's been a week since she's left to Peru, but I don't
Right.
know.
Yeah, I
Let's
noticed that she
talk.
didn't hop on.
Yeah, probably she's still in Peru. I don't. I follow her in Facebook, so I know that I haven't seen that she's back, but
Oh, she just texted me, and she will be back next Friday for the call. So
oh,
today, today she's not
oh,
here.
okay, okay. Well, we can always chat. Yesterday we had a wonderful call about
Have a wonderful call.
being grateful and all of that, and we have people on the line, and let's see.
We could just open it
I
up if we wanted to, see if anyone has
yes, just
with marketing that's
yeah.
got any questions on their marketing. I know Sandra has some questions on finding links and finding recordings. So perhaps Sandra, this could be a time, and maybe it would answer some other people's questions too.
That would be absolutely awesome.
Yeah, let's do like an open forum, and I'm here to
Great.
support and
Okay.
to guide you guys. Yeah,
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Wanda. Appreciate it.
you're welcome. The only thing is that I'm still in bed. I
Ah,
I went to bed like at 2 o'clock in the morning with family over and all of that, but we had so much fun. Anyway,
good.
let's start. Yesterday also I put the follow up, and I want to see if anybody has questions about following up with people, and any question that comes to you in terms of resources, in terms of activity that you uh, are doing to do the money making activities. Shoot questions.
I have a question, Wanda. Is there a place that the team Elevate or that you guys have put, like how to post ads on the different areas? You know, how to post in LinkedIn. You know, tips and tricks. You know, how to post in the various areas for lead generation.
Um, we don't have like a place that we have put strategies. We do have the YouTube channel. We do have like the Facebook group, Real Estate Investors United. And what we do there is you can join the group and then put your guests there and tag them into the different groups and into the different videos. And that way they start getting involved and learning the things
Screen you
that
real
we
quick
do.
out here.
Okay.
Any new cough or sore throat or fever?
Okay, thanks, Wanda.
Okay. Okay, so that's pretty much what we have. We used to have Google Drive. Most of the documents that are there right now are not in compliance, so we don't promote that one anymore. But there's not a specific place that I will say that we have documents or anything like that right now. Yes.
Okay. I know Sandra had some questions on. I want to just let Sandra kind of have the floor for just a moment. And what's the question that you have, Sandra, that I can help you with?
Okay, so the other day I was listening to part of Michael's Monday, and then I tried to find it so that I could get some clarity on something that I thought I heard him say. And I went looking and I went into, um, okay, so first of all, I've gone to Facebook and then I went to Renata's Team Elevate. And I hope that was where I was supposed to go, but I couldn't find the recording for the 23rd. So that's why I've been chasing you, trying to figure out what am I doing wrong. Um, I mean, if it's out there somewhere, I guess I'm not looking in the right path. So I do have the website that you sent me about the house tours. So if I go there, I know I can go back and see the tours I missed, which is great. I do know that the come on, Sandra, it's not Monday, it's Friday. Going to the YouTube channel, you told me that all the Zoom ups will be there and they can be forwarded to other people. But I guess I'm not getting a handle on how to get the daily, um, the daily recordings because I'm East Coast, and so when you're doing it at 8 in the morning, for me it's 10 o'clock, and I'm trying to, yeah, I'm just trying to figure it out, and I'm not doing such a good job.
It, Keely always put the calls, like these calls are already like live inside the Facebook group for Renato's Team Elevate.
And
So
Sandra's
you
had a
can
hard
look
time
at,
finding the recordings, so that's what I'm going to show her how to do so that she knows how to find them.
yeah, but if she goes inside the Facebook, they should be there as well.
Exactly.
Because they've been live.
Right. It's the recordings in the Facebook Live that she's been unable to find.
Right.
I see.
So Sandra, can you see my screen?
I can.
So I pulled up Facebook.
Right.
So let's just go to the home Facebook page, and you're going to search. And I've created shortcuts to the pages that I visit. So these are the groups that I'm a part of that I go to regularly.
And since you mentioned that, and I am on Facebook, and I'm going to do just exactly what you're doing. So this would be Renata's Team Elevate. So how do I get the what's the word I'm looking for? How do I get the shortcut to stay in my Facebook? Because I have shortcuts there, but I can't find.
Does it give you a button that says edit right next to your shortcuts?
Hold on 1 second. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm gonna go Renata's Team Elevate, and if I click on that, I gotta go. Somehow it's somewhere. Okay, I'm in. Okay, I'm gonna go to the group. I have to click on it.
You're just on your home screen for Facebook. You're not necessarily in the group yet, but you could probably do it from the group too.
Okay, so when I type in Renata's Team Elevate, it seems to recognize that since I've typed it so many times.
Perfect.
But the minute I click on it, I don't know where it goes. I mean, the page opens, but I don't see the shortcut. So right now it's got a little clock in front of it because I haven't clicked on it. Am I supposed to right click it or do something with it to save it into the list?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, that doesn't seem to be an option.
Okay, so go to your home Facebook page. Just click on the little F on the top left-hand corner.
Yeah, that's where I am.
Okay, and then go to where it says shortcuts, right underneath.
Go to where it says.
If you don't see shortcuts, then you can probably just click on groups. It's going to give you all of your groups.
Go back and go to my home page. Shortcuts. I'm looking to see. No, I don't see anything that says shortcuts, but I do see groups. That's funny. Yeah, I'll click on groups. And yeah, oodles of groups come up. And let's see if
so what you can do, see how there's like a little pin next to mine?
Renata's Team Elevate. Yeah, it's there. Okay.
You can just pin a group so that it's at the top of your list of groups.
Okay, let's see. It has a little pin next to it already.
Perfect. So then it should already be pinned to your groups. So let's keep moving here. Go ahead and go to the Renata's Team Elevate group and just click on that.
Okay, I am. Okay.
And so now are you in the Elevate?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. What you're going to do now is click on the little search button.
What happens is when I go in here, search button.
What happens when you go in?
Okay. I was scrolling down to look for the 23rd, which was Monday.
So if you're scrolling, there is so much content posted on this Team Elevate page that if you're scrolling for a week to get to a video that was a week ago, it's going to take you a long time. It's going to be frustrating to try and find it. So the easiest way to find it is at the very top of the page, you're going to click on this little search magnifying glass. Do you see that?
I did. And I do.
Okay, so you'll click on that. And now you're going to search the group page.
Okay. So when I went to the window, I jumped ahead of you. I apologize. I went to the search little magnifying glass and I typed in November 23rd. That didn't work. So I'm going to go back.
Make sure that you clicked on the magnifying glass that's within the group page, not the entire Facebook search. You're just searching within the group. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm in the group and right at the top it says unread announcements 82 and that's dated the 23rd. And it says Skylar Jess created a private online event for the group. That's the first thing that I see at the top.
What I would recommend searching for is Money Monday, because you're searching for the Money Monday video. Is that correct?
I am.
So type in Money Monday.
Okay.
And the first thing that pops up is the most recent Money Monday, which is the video on the 23rd.
Okay.
So you just have to
really
be
easy
you
for
have to be
YouTube
very
channel.
Sorry?
Saying from the YouTube channel is even easier.
Sometimes it's not on the YouTube channel yet. I usually get them up about a week after. So this is for in the case that you don't find them on YouTube yet. They're always going to be in here first. But I absolutely agree. They're also on the YouTube, which is a really easy way to find them.
Thank you, Charbel. Good to see you.
Hey, Sandra. You're welcome.
Okay, well that solves my initial issue, which is great. Okay, so it's better to look for it like Wealth Wednesday, you know, however you all call them, because I'm new to your OES and I'm playing catch up.
Sure, yeah. So if you search for a date, it's going to show everything on that date. So you're going to have more things to search through if you just type in the date. But if you're very specific with your search as far as the exact video that you're looking for, then yes, you're going to find it a lot faster.
Well, that certainly solves that problem.
Perfect.
And then, well, okay, in the page, there is all across the top, I see events, media, and files. Are there any places that I should really get familiar with so I don't have to chase you and make you crazy?
First of all, you don't make me crazy. You can ask me questions anytime. That's what we're here to do, is help each other out.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So by showing up to these calls and hearing the announcements, and especially with Michael does a great job at going through a lot of this and answering people's questions. So that's a good first step, is what you're already doing, is by showing up and asking questions. And in the files tab, go ahead, Wanda.
No, I wanted to see if you can show her the Team Elevate USA that has all our events. Because this group is okay, but everybody posts and posts and posts is without control.
Do you mean the Elevate United?
Keely, you see where it says Elevate SLC? That's what I told you showed up for me the other day, and you said I was in the wrong place, but that's how it pops up in Facebook.
That's the URL. What I was referring to was the actual title of the page, which is not Elevate SLC. The title of the page is Renata's Team Elevate, but the URL does show Elevate SLC. You're correct.
Yeah, okay. At least I wasn't totally off kilter.
No, you weren't. Wanda, were you referring to the Real Estate Investors United?
No, the Team Elevate USA, which have all the events, and it's good resource for all the new OES members.
Okay, so I'm going to go to Team Elevate USA.
That page I'm not even familiar with, Wanda. So do you want to take the reins on this? I can give you
Team Elevate USA. You don't know it?
I don't think I've ever been to that page.
Really? We have all the links here. Okay.
Is it a Facebook page? Team Elevate USA?
No, I said actual
the
website.
website. I thought you were talking about a Facebook page.
No, a website.
Yes, of course. Team Elevate USA. So are you familiar with this one, Sandra?
I've been there before, but I didn't realize it was so totally comprehensive. It's got oodles and oodles of great information. And so, wow, I think I definitely will spend time working my way through it to get totally familiar with your community.
Perfect. Yeah.
Right,
So
right now I use this one a lot, and I give it to my new prospects and to my new ICMs because all the events are here.
right.
And the important part here is that you register your guests in Helios, and then you come to the link here and register in Zoom, and they will receive the link to enter the event.
So, did I just hear you want to say that you give this to a prospect?
Yes.
No,
Wow.
once they sign up. No, this one when they sign up.
Oh,
Well, we give
Not
this
to
to
the
our guests
prospect.
too. This is how they access the events to begin with for our guests and for our prospects, correct?
I try to register them myself so that way they don't see that they need to register again. So I do put them in Helios, I put them here, and then this website will send them the link to enter the event.
So you don't send them the link, you send them just the Zoom access link.
Yes, yes.
Okay, that
They
makes
will
sense.
receive it. Yeah, they will receive it. Correct.
it automatically comes to them, or you send it to them?
This website, scroll down a little bit,
So say
Keely.
we're going to a house tour. You would
Yes.
click on this button right here, join house tour.
Okay.
Go ahead, Wanda.
And yes, and you re-enter the information, click on it so they see what I'm trying to explain.
Okay.
Yes, I'm trying to sign in on this site
And you sign up the prospect there, and they will receive the link to go and then enter the actual event.
I've been doing it a little bit differently, but either way, it works just fine. So you can have your guest fill this information out themselves and click on the link to go in, or like Wanda's saying, she'll take care of this part for them. That way they're not going through a double registration.
Yeah, because you say, okay, I register you for the event, but we mean we registered in Helios.
Mm-hmm.
But then you send them these, and they have to register again, and they probably put only initials, so they won't put the entire name or something. So I make sure that they are registered with the proper name, and then the system will send them the link, the actual link that enters the event.
Perfect. So for every event, you register your guest first in Helios, and then on their behalf, you will come to this website, teamelevateusa.com, click on the event that they're going to go to, and then you're going to register them here as well. And when you click register, it will email them the link. So you'll have them check their email to access the event.
Yes.
Does that make sense, Sandra and everybody?
Yes, it does.
Perfect. What other questions does anybody have? And it doesn't have to be on this topic. It can be for anything.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
Nobody else.
I was just going to try to
So
finish this.
my question is that what are the best like lead generation methods that you guys have been like using so far, especially right now with like the coronavirus and everything virtual?
For me, what's been working is Facebook and Meetup. Those are probably my two main lead sources right now. And I'm also putting out signs, but I'm getting some really quality leads from my Facebook posts as well as from Meetup.
Okay,
What about anybody else?
Keely?
Yes.
I've been using Facebook as well. Are you using your personal Facebook page, or you have a business Facebook page that you post from?
I use my personal page, and I follow Rob Sperry's and kind of what Nate Lambert has trained on, where every day of the week I follow kind of a schedule where Mondays I'll post something motivational, Tuesdays I post something business related, Wednesdays I post something health related, Thursdays. Each day kind of has a different topic, like following the 5 F's, if you're familiar with that.
Yes. And are you posting from group? Are you part of groups? Are you part of any Facebook groups?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have you ever gotten flagged from any of those groups at all, or from Facebook in general?
No. With the groups, I keep within the rules, and I just build relationships. Like if I'm in a kombucha brewing group with thousands and thousands of people, and I post all about my kombucha. So when people comment on my post in those groups, I'll add them to my private page or to my personal page. I add people, and then they'll start to see the stuff that I'm posting personally. And then I've had people reach out to me through Messenger, like, hey, I really love what you're posting. What is it that you do? And maybe it's later down the road that they do that, but I'm adding new people to my Facebook constantly just from the content that I'm creating in the groups that is related to what that group topic is, whether it's kombucha or hiking or whatever.
So you just have the one Facebook page that you're maintaining?
Correct.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And do you build your own material, or do you basically have good places to get the marketing material from?
I build my own material. I just, I do what we call like attraction marketing, and you're just kind of sharing your journey. So, I'm really passionate about fitness. So I post about what I'm doing fitness wise, or, I just create my own content and follow along those guidelines of the 5 F's, faith or spirituality, family, fun, fitness, like community of service, which is philanthropy. So create your own content and just share what you're doing every day. Go out and do good things, positive things that are going to attract people. And it's serving yourself good because you're doing good things. And then it's also, people like to follow that positivity.
I'm not part of any groups, and I know that's something I need to do. So I have multiple questions. First, how do you find groups you want to join? And secondly, once you join the group, um, what kind of interaction do you create so you don't come off too hyper excited, enthusiastic, and make people run the other way? And because I've been known to be over the top that way, and I'm working on modifying my style. So, that's in person. I'm all gung ho. I mean, Renatus is the best and all that good stuff. So online, maybe that has been one of the reasons I haven't joined any group, is because I haven't known how to navigate that scenario. So I could use some advice that way. And then when you say, if you're engaging with somebody in the group, how do you add them to your, if you start a conversation, how do you add them to your own page? So there's your 3 questions. Sorry.
So don't be sorry. So when you're on your home page for Facebook, there's a whole section for groups. I believe it's on the left, and you can search groups, and there's thousands and thousands of different groups. So what's something that you like to do outside of real estate investing? What's one of your hobbies or something that you enjoy?
That's been the problem. I have become so tunnel that I used to love ballroom dancing. I used to love cooking. I'm not doing any of that. Travel is at the top of my list. Used to be in the hotel business. Fortunately, I've traveled the world. Had a travel business, let it go. So, maybe the way to find some other directors is to get into a group for travel.
Mm-hmm. Just because you're not doing those things doesn't mean you don't still love them, and that you might not do them again in the near future, right?
Okay.
So write down a couple of things that you enjoy, like you just mentioned. You've got travel, cooking, ballroom dancing, and search for those in the group section.
Okay.
And join a couple of groups. Just kind of follow the prompts. It's pretty easy if you're just reading what the windows say when they pop up. And as you're searching, just follow the prompts and join a couple of groups. Say you join a travel group and someone posts something that you like, you would comment on it. You just want to be engaging. So you're not necessarily having to create any content if you don't want to, but you can comment on other people's things, or if you are inspired by something and you want to share it, you know, it's there's no right or wrong. And so say you posted something and someone commented on it, you could click on their name and go to their page and then add them as a friend.
Okay.
Once you add them as a friend, they'll follow you. They'll see what you're posting on your personal page. So now you've connected with them on a more personal level and not just through the specific group that you joined. Does that make sense?
It does. When I go to click on and add them, they have the right to accept or not, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. So if they don't pop in, they're not interested. So do people typically go look at a person's page before they accept to kind of see what they're up to?
Some do.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why it's good to have, you know, a nice looking page. Make sure you've got a nice profile picture, which you do. You've got a great profile picture, and, you know, just make it pleasing to the eye so that when they do see it, they're like, oh, this looks like a quality individual that I'd like to follow. At least that's what I like to think about, what people are thinking when they're checking out pages. And if you haven't watched Rob Sperry's class on social media marketing, I highly recommend it. It's going to answer a lot of questions on Facebook.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to go back to, I started both of his classes, you know, that one and the one in profits. And I will definitely make that a top priority, because I know for sure that that is a weak suit. And we've talked about posting every day, even though it's a quick little whatever. And I am guilty of not paying that any attention. And if I gave you $1 for every time I said I was going to create my Canva flyer and post it somewhere, I could be in Tahiti and back. So I'm just not, I am working on getting through these posting social media Canva blocks that I've got.
Keep showing up, keep asking questions. What's up, Esther?
Sandra, so I just kind of wanted to kind of address what you were saying, like you don't really feel like you have hobbies or anything like that. But so 2 years ago when I got started with Renatus, I actually spoke with a business coach, and she told me, who's your avatar? And the thing that came to my mind was the movie Avatar. So basically an avatar is who is your perfect client? Who is your perfect guest, your perfect prospect? And I said, everybody. And she said, no. And that's what Rob teaches about. If you market to everybody, you basically get nobody. So be very specific. And so a lot of times I think my block was, well, if I only market to these specific people, then I'm missing everyone else. There are so many people in that specific group. So for me, my avatar is a woman in her mid 50s or, you know, in her middle age who's gone through a divorce or something that caused a financial hardship. And so those are the people that I connect with on Facebook, in person, everywhere I go. And it's amazing. Once I kind of develop that avatar, everybody that shows up is in that group, which is amazing, right? What you think about, you bring about. So kind of think about that, Sandra, as you're trying to approach these Facebook groups and or even meetup groups too. And I think someone else had a question about meetup and how do they use that. And I have a meetup group, and I just post like not super Saturdays. I post in there about the intensives, house tours, and then the intro. So it just gets generated as an email, and it goes out. And then as people RSVP, then I don't send them the link in the meetup, but I message them personally. So that's how I've been using those two things. And then my last thing that I've been using is an app called Let Go. And it's basically like Facebook market page. You can sell things, buy things, interact with people. And so I've been using that because Craigslist is kind of wonky about real estate investing stuff.
So what kind of message can you put on a Let Go page that, you know?
So back in the day, I used to post cash flow there's a little card that we had made up. So I took a picture of that and put it on Let Go. Now I've got a sign like the one that Michael puts out. Well, in Denver, you can't really put out signs. So I just wrote a sign, took a picture of it, and put it on Let Go.
Oh, basically, oh, So a sign that you put on the corner to attract people to call you, you've made that your page on Let Go.
Correct. I just took a picture of it and then I just uploaded it.
That's brilliant.
Smart.
Right now, that it didn't Let Go merge with OfferUp, so we can't like, because every time I try to use the application, it just takes me automatically to OfferUp.
Oh.
How recently? Because I didn't see that. Like
That's
very recently?
few months, like
Oh, okay.
2 months.
Okay, so Keely, since you brought this up, how would I go to your meetup page and review what you have with, actually, I'm going to take a photo of it so I can read it in case you don't want me going to your meetup.
You can go to my, it's public information. You can go to my meetup. Everyone can go to my meetup if they want to check it out, read it, see what I have on there that's getting people to find my meetup. Just go to meetup.com and search in my title, Online Real Estate Investing and Wealth Workshops.
Okay.
And then I might, you know, change these photos up every once in a while just to make it different. It's a public group. I have everything set to online meetings for the time being. Before it was called the Scottsdale Real Estate Investing and Wealth Workshops. Now we're online. I have a quick description of who we are, what we're about, just brief but intriguing. And then I have our Zoom up calls on there. So anyone who wants to join the Zoom up will click an RSVP.
That's great.
I have the virtual fix and flip property tours on there. I have our, for the Thursday night intro presentation, I have that called the Online Wealth Business and Real Estate Investing Workshop. And I get about 3 people a week, I'd say.
So the question is, like for instance, with the things that you posted, when someone clicks on that, where does it take them? What happens next? That
When they click on an event?
Yeah, it takes them to a registration page?
Correct. They will RSVP and then I get notified that someone has RSVP'd to my event and I reach out to them directly.
Okay, so it comes back directly to you. It doesn't automatically go someplace else. Okay, that makes perfectly good sense. Okay.
Yeah. And I provide my phone number in case they want to contact me directly. I've had some people add me on Facebook from my meetup and then they're just following me on Facebook, seeing everything that I post. So it's just a good way to get yourself out there just to another branch that reaches out to more people.
Are you using a Google number?
Keely, I have a question.
Is that your cell number?
That's my cell number.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Just one moment. That's my cell phone number. And I do have a Google Voice number, which I recommend. I use my Google Voice number for my street signs. I don't necessarily want to put my cell phone number out all over the streets of Phoenix.
Right, got it.
So yeah, who was that spoke up a second ago?
Me.
Is it Miri? I can't tell.
Yes, this is me, Keely. I have a question. How are you today?
It's great, thank you.
So when you sign up in Meetup, so that's why I'm coming a little bit confused. So it's a public platform, I understand that. So everybody that signs is actually making their own page type. It's your own personal group inside that platform. How does that really actually work?
So Meetup kind of has 2 parts to it. You can have your account with Meetup. So no matter what, you're going to set up an account. And then you can simply just be someone who shops around other people's Meetup groups. Like you don't have to own a group to be a part of Meetup.
Okay.
Before I started my real estate group, I was a part of Meetup, but I was a part of other groups. So I was a part of a in Phoenix group. So I joined other people's groups.
Okay.
Which is another great way to just meet other people is join other people's meetup groups with different hobbies like yoga or whatever it is that you're into.
Okay, gotcha.
And then you create your own.
Okay. So when you create one, you're just inviting people? That's what how you started?
So I haven't invited anybody to this. They will find it by searching anyone who goes to Meetup to find a real estate group. They're going to find it that way.
Oh, okay. Now it makes sense to me. Thank you, Keely.
Keely, let me point something out and it's a word of caution.
Yes.
Because in Chicago, they were using Meetup a lot. Like and they all inviting people to the same building. And Meetup called Nancy Rowe, and they have to stop, and people cannot use Meetup anymore because they were all inviting for the same event, like the Thursday night event, and they have their own account inviting for one event. So that's kind of a little bit not right for Meetup. So Nancy needed to stop all the accounts, all the other people, to build for that event in 3030. So I want to just bring a word of caution. I think what is best to use it, since there are some people already using it, I will say go to see other meetups groups to network on those meetup groups and see who is looking to become a real estate investor.
Absolutely.
Because now, if now we all create accounts for Meetup and they're all going to go to the same place, Meetup is going to notice that, and it's not what they want to do.
And that would happen, I guess, if all of us went and started our own Meetup group and invited, so I don't know that everyone's going to do that, but that's like, how can we work around that, Wanda, just by not having our own group and just by using other people's groups?
Yes. Like Nancy, in 3030, Nancy is the only one that has the Meetup to invite for 3030. But then the other ones who were inviting for 3030, because that's not our event, it was Nancy's event. So it created a lot of confusion, and Meetup stopped it.
Okay. So the one suggestion I'll make right now, I mean, everything is online, so it's not as difficult to do it this way, but with the meetup that I have, when we first started, when everything was in person, our meetings were on Wednesdays, follow-ups were on Thursdays. So on Tuesdays, we had a cash flow game. And so it was in a Panera just down the street. They came to the cash flow game. Then we invited them to the Wednesday meeting. So that might be another way, is just to have a different event related to Renatus, but then invite them to the main one through your means. So
yeah, so just that's a word of caution, but what it comes after, because we can set up so many systems to attract people to our business, but what are we going to do after somebody comes and say, I'm interested? Then that's where you take action, and you take the student or this prospect, convert them into a lead, and put them in the Real Estate United Facebook group to then start the conversation. Tag them into the videos and begin message them until you have a phone call with them or a Zoom call with them.
Wanda,
that makes sense?
You mentioned Real Estate United. What is that,
yes.
And where is that?
Yes, Keely, please show that website. That one is in Facebook group, and Michael created that just to have a very good organization there with all the videos that people should be watching, and you tag them into the different videos. So that one is
I think that
Real Estate United.
I think that was the website they used when there were some units and you had to go through a bunch of units and watch them over a period of time. Okay.
Yes.
Now I remember. Okay. Okay, Wanda, I'm really glad you're on the call today because I do have a question.
Sure.
A friend of mine who lives out of state from me sent me a text saying, you need to call Charles, and here is the number. I mentioned something to him about what you do. So I texted him to ask when we could talk. And last night, late, fortunately it was late, too late for me to respond, said, do you have a website you can send me to? So I didn't respond yet. So I'm grateful that I'm on this call today to just say, in my mind, I said, I think I need to talk to him first before I send him anywhere. That was my spirit talking. Was that the right thing?
That will be what I will do. I will talk to him because I don't know what he's looking for. So what am I going to send him? So what I will do is, let's get on the phone to see if there's a good fit before I send you to some place to get more information. and
Okay.
then you begin the conversation first, and make sure that he is in the right mindset to really understand what we're doing,
Okay.
because he may be looking for something else and not what you are offering.
Okay. So let's say he's interested in education. And let's say, so when he says, isn't there a website I can see? So here's all the things that come up for me. I think of myrenatus.com. I think of the testimonials on 3030-vision that the Rose have put together. I think of all these Zoom ups that we've gotten, because I could go back and listen to the many of the ones I've missed to see what would appeal to him. And I guess what I think I'm hearing as I'm verbalizing this, sometimes I get the sense there is so much information. I don't have a strategic plan of what to do with who and how to navigate all the options. And I think then I get into paralysis,
Yeah,
and that's what's happening.
I hear you, and I'm pretty sure that there are more people into that. What I said is just let's have a system very simple. Don't complicate your lives. There are so much out there, but the best is to simplify things. So what you do, you get a prospect. That prospect, you have a conversation with them, and you know that they are interested in real estate. You put them into this group, the Real Estate United Facebook group, and tag them into the different videos in the particular order that is set up in there by units, and continue having conversation with them. Have them come to the event and sign them up. No, not a big deal. You just need to guide into that process. Simple process, because the more you overwhelm them, you create a confusing mind, and a confused mind do not buy. So don't complicate things.
Mm.
Make
Okay.
it simple, very simple. I'm going to put you into this group. I'm going to tag you to some videos that I want you to watch, and make a promise on when they're going to watch it. Make sure that you have an appointment and say, I give you how many days you need to watch this 2 hours video, and then let's talk again. And then you plug it into the house tour, to the intro meeting, and then you do a follow-up. And once you do the follow-up, it's decision-making. Very simple.
Okay.
Thank you, Wanda.
Thank
You're
you
welcome.
so much. Thank you. Mm.
Wow, it's 8:59, 58, 58, yeah, almost. Any other question? Because the time is almost over.
Amazing training today. Thank you so much.
Awesome, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Check the chat.
Sometimes the best meetings are the ones that are not planned.
Spontaneous ones.
Yeah.
I got a quick question.
Oh, go ahead.
Yes.
This is Jeff Wilson. Are we doing the real estate webinar today, directly after this one?
We sure are.
Yes.
Awesome. I've never been able to get on it. For the audio, it's a better connection for me if I call in by phone. Is it the same phone number, and like, is there a different meeting ID if I call into the for audio?
It is a different meeting ID. Were you able to locate the email with the information on how to access it?
I don't think so. I think the only time I've ever seen any information on it was when Michael Huggins shared his weekly calendar of all the events that are going on. I think I saw it in there, but I've never
Are you on the OES?
Yes.
Let me, because what I have saved doesn't have a dial-in. Wanda, do you know if you're able to dial in? I just have the link. I'm sure
I just have the link too, yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. I was just curious because I get a little bit better of an audio connection if it's by phone rather than the phone itself, but I'll give it a try that way as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, guys, it's the top of the hour. Thank you so much for everybody's participation and be so willing to chat and to create something innovative, right? And jumping into something new when we don't have something planned. But it's incredible how the team works. So thank you, Keely. Yes.
If I want to get a hold of you, Keely, just go ahead and just reach out to you on Facebook Messenger. Is that the Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Wanda. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
You are all so welcome.
All your
Have a wonderful weekend.
You're welcome, Sandra. Thanks, Wanda. Take care, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Wanda. Thank you, Esther.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too.
You too.